in the area. Of course, we thought Hall and Clark counties would be part of this, and certainly all of those counties up to the north and to the east of those locations. But it ended up being, at the end of the day, it was Gwinnett County, especially to the north of Lawrenceville. They got hit hard with this storm, and we're seeing some really impressive amounts. And so, yes, the forecast is indeed lining up.
And this is the second weekend in a row for Gwinnett, Jonathan, getting kind of the brunt of the storm. Did they really fully recover from last weekend as far as like melting and getting some of the ice?
The atmospheric opportunities were definitely there. We've warmed up enough, although I don't think anybody has felt warmth to any degree across the area, but they were able to get rid of those conditions. You know, hard-hit White, Habersham counties, they still had impacts as late as Friday, but they were likely antecedent impacts, meaning power outages and things like that. There weren't actually icy spots on the road before this next system moved in. However, you know, people can't seem to catch their breath, especially if you're to the north and to the east of the Atlanta metro area. It's just kind of one system after another one. And if you get the right meteorologist to talk to you, they'll say that we're not done yet.
Oh, is that like hint, like Mother Nature might have another?
There's an old song that used to be sang in the church, and it's saying, "Lord, teach me to take it one day at a time." I do a 7-day forecast, and I stop it right there. Meteorologist Alex Forbes, he's a big long-term guy, and he'll show you things that will freak you out for the month of February. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh boy, one day at a time, sweet Jesus.
That's all I'm asking of you. Yes.
This is why we have the best Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist in the business working here. Jonathan, Alex, David Chanley. You guys are going to stay on top and keep everyone updated throughout the storm and through the next one, possibly.
Thanks, Jonathan. Wink, wink.
And we have been receiving a lot of new video and pictures coming into the Fox 5 newsroom from viewers like you.
Yeah, this is fun. Good Day's Paul Milliken has been combing through all those images.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, and it's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
How many are we up to?
Oh, I think we're, well, I'll check.
A bit of a breeze. That's going to knock those wind chills down below zero in a lot of spots. And then as we try to rebound through the day on Sunday, we'll see sunshine. But especially where you have the snowpack, these temperatures may be tempered a little bit. We'll find trying to get above freezing in some areas. If we do, it won't last very long. The sun will help on area roads. Then we got refreezing going on as we make our way into Sunday night and early Monday morning. That is the plan. I spoke of the wind chill. Well, later on tonight, single digits. Early tomorrow morning, we got some areas that are to be down below zero to start your Sunday morning, and then not much of an improvement even Sunday afternoon. Still feeling like the lower 20. Here's the good news. Wind starts simmering down a little bit, but we'll kind of crank it back up through the day on Monday. We're going to talk about a temperature trend into the middle part of the week that looks a little bit milder, and we'll continue to compile the snowfall totals. We'll bring that to you here in just a minute.
We're normally like in the 50s this time of year, right, David?
Average high is 55, so yeah.
Certainly, Mother Nature is not loving us this winter.
Oh my goodness, what a difference. All right, David, thanks so much.
Well, so you just saw the forecast and what we've been seeing and what we are seeing. Let's zoom out. Let's go to the North Georgia mountains. That's up in Blairsville. That's where Denise Dillon is.
Yeah, let's check in with Denise. A significant amount of snowfall, and people might not suspect this, but even at times the visibility can be significant where it's not that great.
Yeah, it certainly has changed a lot. And the one thing
it is Fox 5 Live Viper picking that up out there mainly to the east. We got some good snow going on out I-20 way and then down towards Jackson Lake and Jackson and Monticello over towards Putnam County, trying to knock on the door of the Lake Country in and around Athens and Watkinsville. This is the last of it, though, kind of crossing the I-85 corridor. You might have a flurry or two, but I'm talking about substantial snowfall that would accumulate. The heaviest now kind of exiting our area and really plaguing the Carolinas right now up here across parts of South Carolina into the evening hours. So, yeah, it's a storm that's still getting wound up and will impact a large area up and down the East Coast. We're going to talk about temperature trends on into the new week. All that's coming your way.
David, thank you so much. Let's check in the conditions up in far North Georgia, up in Blairsville.
Yeah, let's go to Fox 5's Denise Dillon, who has been there for us all afternoon. What's the latest there, Denise? What are you seeing on the ground?
a lot of snow. To give you an idea how much snow, I want to take you over to this van. Look at the top of that. That's the accumulation of the snow that we have had since it started.
Parts of eastern North Carolina just getting hammered right now. This is what it looks like on our 101 Marietta camera. We're finding even a few breaks in the clouds at times, but don't get used to that because we're going to see the kind of the clouds come back, and then we'll get a clearing trend overnight, but the sun's not going to help matters. 24 is our current temperature after hitting 23 this afternoon as the snow was falling. And this is downtown Helen up in White County. Boy, that just looks brutal. That looks wintry up there for sure. They're headed down into the deep freeze by the time we get into early tomorrow morning. In fact, let's take you through what's going to happen now with that snow ending up there. It's still a few flakes. Look what the temperatures are doing. As we found earlier today, we got a lot of spots in the metro area were up above freezing. And then we had that lighter snow, and that didn't amount to a whole lot, thank goodness. But now we're starting to see road temperatures down around freezing and below, especially when we have the snowfall. So what's ever out there, well, it's going to be with us, obviously, through the night and on into your Sunday morning. We'll take you through the timeline of when the snow continues to roll on out and how cold it's going to be in the morning. It's coming your way in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you soon, David. Thanks. In the meantime, it's never too late to download the Fox 5 Storm app, the Fox Local app if you haven't already. You can get weather coverage along with closings and delays and catch up on David's weather report.
We have members of our Fox 5 team spread out around the area to give us a better look at how the conditions are. Let's get out to our Rob D'Arienzo.
He is on 316 in Gwinnett County. Was trying to make it to Athens. Rob, earlier today I had to turn around on 400 trying to go northbound. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
That's right, guys. Well, I since moved to downtown Lawrenceville, which is where we've been stationed for a little while. And I think that advice stands for this point. Even though you can see people trying to traverse the roads, it's still not exactly safe to do so.
You made a very good point. What looks like snow at this point may very well have ice beneath it because it is so cold. Rob, thanks very much. Live from Lawrenceville tonight.
Thanks, Rob. People in Dahlonega woke up to wintry conditions this morning.
Fox 5's Larry Spruill joins us now with a look at the conditions there. Larry, I know you made your way up 400 and it got worse the farther north you went.
Right, Russ. The way up here was really bad when it comes to the road.
They're making travel a lot easier for people.
Yeah, very good point. And I'm going to get myself a coat with a hood like that one because on a cold day like this, Larry, that's perfect. It really is a biting.
Russ is needed. It's needed indeed.
Both function and
you warm.
fashion.
There you go.
Very snazzy.
Looking good. All right, Larry Spruill, thanks so much. The time is.
They were starting to wind it down as far as not looking for a whole lot in the way of additional snowfall, but it's still flying. Commerce, Jefferson, Athens, Watkinsville, down towards Morgan County, Social Circle, and Covington and Newton County, but ending back out to the northwest. Nice little burst there in Jasper County, a little bit of Putnam down towards Jones County in middle Georgia. And the bulk of this now is moved off into east central Georgia and into the Carolinas. And we kind of catch our breath on that as far as no more big additional snowfalls. But man, the temperatures, they are brutal. Here's what it looks like right now. That's a live Main Street in Helen up in White County with some treacherous road conditions. And once we go to sunset and it gets dark out, it's going to be hard to differentiate between the pavement and a little glaze out there. So yeah, well, we had all the snowfall. Please take it easy. We'll talk about temperatures into the rest of the weekend and next week. That's coming your way in a few minutes.
All right, David, thanks. And drivers who may have had to brave the elements may be taking things slow today.
Right. Well, it wasn't an original idea. I watched the NFL championship game. Was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? When you couldn't see the field in Denver in the fourth quarter and they were out there with the leaf blowers. I thought that's a pretty good idea.
That's great. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine the people playing there.
Yeah,
I don't think I want to go anywhere near that.
I don't even want to be in the stands, let alone in the field, like rolling around in it. Like
You know,
in the meantime,
you
the
see
guys
the people
watching
like in Wisconsin, you know, like all bundled up. That not my cup of tea, as they might say.
All right, Ariel, thanks.
All right, coming up, we will keep tracking.
An extreme cold warning goes into effect at 7 o'clock tonight. And it just means, what you would expect. These are temperatures not record-breaking, but certainly noticeable. What's going to get our attention is those wind chills going to be well down below zero by the time we get into early tomorrow morning. So what you need to do is just, obviously, if you're out, you need to protect your skin because frostbite can happen in short order. We'll talk about the temperature trend when we can finally see some 50s on the board. That's coming your way in just a minute.
Wow, 50s will feel really nice after what we've got right now.
Indeed.
All right, David, thanks. And we've been seeing a lot of your great videos and pictures that you've been sending in to us.
Paul Milliken has the latest scenes for us. Paul?
Yep.
The actual air temperature, the wind chill, is a whole lot lower than that. Feels like 0 up there in Union County. I mentioned the snow tapering off. Well, you still got a few pockets of it. Most of it out here at I-20 way. Yeah, it's starting to end. It's Morgan County, a little bit of Coney County, Greene County, all the way down into Putnam and Newton. A little bit of snow. It doesn't have that burst that we had earlier, so I'm not looking for a whole lot in the way of additional snowfall, but whatever falls will stick. We'll talk about what's ahead the rest of the night and the really cold temperatures in here by morning. That's coming your way in a minute.
All right, David, thanks.
Minute.
All right, David, thanks. We continue to check in with our crews all throughout the area. Let's get out to Fox 5's Chris Rosenthal now.
He's in Flowery Branch and
yeah, absolutely. I'm off of Friendship Road up here in Flowery.
And by early in the morning, I do look more of a clearing trend, and we'll see sunshine to start the day on Sunday. In fact, Sunday is going to be sunny all day long, but look what happens with the temperatures. We barely get up into the upper 20s at 6:08 and 20s on into the teens. We'll talk snowfall totals as we get those into the Fox 5 Storm Center. That's coming your way with Jonathan Stade in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll be curious to see how much we got. David, thanks. And we've been getting a lot of your videos and pictures. We've been asking for them, and you are delivering.
The road should be passable. You shouldn't have too many problems out there. The secondaries, once again, can be a bit tricky. You can see that wind coming in at a direct 31 miles per hour out of the northwest. As you can see here, the flurries are off and they're moving out towards east central Georgia. During the 8 o'clock hour, we'll continue to see the downturn of the temperature along with the wind chill, feeling like 4 degrees here in the city. By the time we head to bed tonight, 10 o'clock, it's 20 degrees on the thermometer, but the winds are still hype and it will feel like it's -1 here in Atlanta. First thing tomorrow morning, that's 6 o'clock, down to a 0 wind chill. Hope you're going to be inside the house tomorrow. It's going to be a great day to just kind of shelter in place. No action in terms of precip. We're not looking at any of that, but it's going to be a windy and a blustery type day in terms of how the winds really insert that chill in the air. With the hope of getting to 35 degrees, there could be some melting out there, but overall it's a frigid day with the hope of hitting the 40s by Groundhog Day. Hopefully that groundhog doesn't see a shadow. I don't got time for that.
I think we've been through enough, like 3 weekends in a row with these storm alert days, Jonathan. I mean, I don't know. I think that groundhog needs to, he needs to understand the assignment.
And he needs to understand the assignment or stay where he's at, stay in the ground.
Yeah.
schedule the next one for a Wednesday so the kids can have a school.
Yeah, at least get out of school.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, thanks. Well, we are learning more about the flooding situation at the Fulton County Rice Street Jail.
Officials tell it all stems from a water leak that was found there this morning. Crews worked to fix the leak, but the pipe ended up bursting.